Hi everyone, Medyhne here from Arise Humanity on YouTube and now on actually Odyssey and also Rumble. So the links are below. Please join because I've just set them up. And if my YouTube channel for any reason disappears, then we have a go too. And so today I am really excited to introduce the wonderful Reeve King. And I just want to give you a little bit of information about Reeve. He's a Gen Y artist with a natural flair and love of life. He draws on inspiration from many life experiences, ancient symbolism, as well as several contrasting artistic styles, such as traditional fantasy art, modern abstract art, and Japanese anime art. Did I pronounce that properly?
Anime.
Anime.
It's okay.
Anime art. Okay. Mostly self-taught. Wow. Because your illustrations are incredible. They're so eye-catching. And he's worked in a professional art studio for 8 years, collaborating with renowned artists like David Keith Milne and David Glyn Davies. Do you know Mark Payne, the illustrator?
Not familiar with him actually, no.
Okay.
Sorry.
He illustrated my book, but he's done about like 30 books and he's amazing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's an international artist. He's amazing. Reeve works with a variety of different mediums to develop his personal style, including acrylic, ink, ceramic, as well as creating vector art utilizing Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop. Okay, and so without further ado, welcome, Reeve. Lovely to chat with you.
Lovely to chat with you, Medyhne. Thank you for the offer and the invitation.
Oh, you're so welcome.
It's super honouring. Thank you very much. I'm honoured.
Oh, that's lovely. Well, you're very, very creative and you're also very interesting. So I'm looking forward to our chat today. So to tell us about, just to start with, a little bit of your background. You're based in Melbourne?
Yes, that's correct. And, I've lived in Melbourne pretty much my whole life. I just love the place. It's so beautiful. Despite all the interesting things that have been happening in the last few years.
Politically, yes.
Yeah, I still love it here. This is my home.
Oh, do you? Oh, that's
great. And yeah, where do I go from here? In regards to the artistic fields, which was mentioned in the bio, I've since diverted more. My focus is more on digital art these days. Although working in that professional art studio really gave me that fantastic chance to really build up and work with natural mediums. Back, I was doing a lot of canvases with acrylic paints and stuff. So that was a fantastic experience. Lots of gratitude to that environment. That was actually, I was with that place for 10 years now. That bio is a bit outdated. It does need to be updated. But yeah, it got to a point in that environment where I was starting to outgrow that space, and I was really feeling like I need to move on, because I had this wealth of knowledge and information that I was attaining from life experiences, and had some pretty woo-woo stuff happen in my life.
Oh, I like to hear about
that. Yeah. And so I've built this really strong need to move beyond that realm within that studio and pursue, reignite my inner spark, you could say.
Yes.
So the catalyst for that, believe it or not, was the whole COVID pandemic.
Exactly. And isn't it great also to put that in perspective in terms of how it's actually for some people really boosted them forward on their spiritual path in ways that they wouldn't have anticipated, because of, the way that they had to respond to what happened in the reality around them.
Yeah. And, that whole situation, the whole, we got a pandemic. We know it was a planned thing, but it was multi-layered. And one of the you could say higher layers was that it provided this opportunity for change.
Yes.
And
yes, reevaluating.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And a bunch of us rode that wave, embodied that change, and really rocketed on. And that was fantastic. It was a fantastic opportunity. So yeah, I retired from that space. I think it was around early 2019 at this, from memory. Yeah, and then I went, right, this is my chance to really knuckle down and start writing this draft, start focusing on this project. And the original inception actually started back in around 2015, when I was starting to get these ideas. I need to do something with this knowledge. Around 2018, I really started to get the ball rolling a little bit, but it was like in my spare time. Yeah. And back then the project was looking more like an illustration book with poems throughout.
Right.
Since the whole pandemic hit, I was like, okay, I started going and I realized, you know what? I'm going to start writing a novel. And no, this is going to be a trilogy.
I love
this is going to be an illustrated novel. It's going to be an illustrated trilogy. I went big, and it's, oh my goodness, it's been such a journey. And now I thought, oh, I'll be ready in 2020. Oh no, I'll be ready in 2021. Oh no, still not ready yet. So it's kept going out as I've been going. So if I'm to give an estimate, at the rate I'm going, the first book probably won't be ready to launch until late 2024. At the rate I'm going, could change, but yeah, we'll see.
Fantastic. So what's the premise of this trilogy? Can you give us a bit of a background of what the themes are and what's it about?
Yeah, sure. So I'll just boot up InDesign here as well, because I've been working with InDesign for the whole book. But if I'm to summarize it in just one sentence, it follows the story of an ancient goddess who incarnates into human form in order to lead her realms into a new expression of life never before seen in the cosmos. All right.
So a new higher paradigm reality for the inhabitants.
You could say that. Yep. Yeah. And I'll just do a little bit of a tangent here.
Yeah.
And I'll just quickly talk about my experience growing up and everything, because it does relate. Yeah. Because I've incorporated a lot of aspects of my life into this story. Yeah. Whether it's mirroring a real event that I experienced, or an aspect, or whatever. So I always, ever since I was a little kid, I always had this intuitive understanding that there's just more going on here. And I just couldn't put my finger on it, but there was this inkling, this knowing that this realm is just not all it is. There's more.
So what you're seeing wasn't actually what was happening underneath.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And when I was and this is just a little example, like when I was little, like 5 years old, playing with my Lego, I was thinking, I put my arm out and try to levitate with Lego blocks, doing like, why can't I do this? I should be able to do this. Stuff like that as a little kid,
Yeah.
And then so yeah, I've just had this intuitive, and then there was one moment where I posed the question to my father. It's like, Dad, and I was like 7 years old or something, like, I can't remember exactly, but I said, Dad, what if this is just like a part of what's real, and there's multiple levels to this that are managing this realm that we can't see. And the reaction I got from him was like, whoa. And I was still a kid, and I was just like trying to process it. In the end, he apologized, so I'm grateful for him, of course. But it really hit me like, oh, not everyone sees it the way I do.
And also, it could be bringing up for him fear, because he hasn't thought of that before. Yeah. And so it's like it's a shock, because he's got to look at his reality in a different way, and he probably doesn't want to.
Yeah, well, he's come a long way since then. He's matured a lot too. So he's a fantastic bloke. I love my father. Yeah. Although he is long distance, he is over in the US, so I don't get to see him much.
Sure. But it's happening now too, where we're trying to tell people that there is other stuff going on to what they're seeing. And it's that, you know, that so many of us are seeing this resistance where people are shut down to hearing anything other than what they already think is the truth. You know,
yeah,
we're seeing that so
absolutely.
much at the moment, you know.
Yeah. And we get confirmations and affirmations from out there, like from other people. For me, the one of the triggers for me, the big aha moment, when I came, it was around 2010 or 2011, around that point, the whole lead up to the whole 2012 thing. I stumbled upon, this is after I went through a bit of a dark night of the soul, you could say. I stumbled upon the work of George Cavassalis. And I was like, oh, this guy's got it. I was like totally vibing on that level. It was like, yes, this guy worked it out. This is what I've intuitively known my whole life. Right?
I did a two-part interview with him a while ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So, and I give him a little bit of credit in the opening of my book as well, because he's been a big inspiration among other people, of course. I don't want to give him all the credit, and throughout my life I was having these really strange experiences. Like I'll just give one example before I get into the art stuff. I'll give one more example. When I was 6-7 years old, something, I had this really strange dream dream state where I was lying in a hospital bed, right? And I could see a doctor to my right who was poking a needle into my leg. And he was asking, can you feel that? Can you feel that? He repeated it twice. I'm like, no. I looked to my mum on my left and she smiles at me. And as she smiles, I see this little black dot. It must have been food or something on her tooth. Everything zooms in on that black dot and I wake up, right? So I know it sounds a bit weird, but fast forward 7 years, I had this incident where I ran through a glass door. I was playing with my friend. We just had a little toy guns. We were just going around playing with each other. He was at his nanny's house. I ran through this glass door, stuck it back. Got this little scar on my arm here. And I got this massive scar on my leg. I don't know if I can show you, but
that happened at my house where I was growing up. I had a party, and somebody had a glass pane, and somebody ran through that as well during a party.
Oh wow! Oh damn! Yeah. Anyway, so I was very brave with all of that. Big scar on my leg. The glass just missed the bone. I was so lucky. Anyway, if you want to call it luck. But when I was in the hospital being treated, exact same thing happened from 7 years earlier that I saw. Yes. And my eyes just went, oh! And Mum looks at me like, are you okay, Reeve? And I said, Mum, I saw the future. She didn't get me at that moment, but that was like one of those realizations that, holy shoot, this whole notion of time and space, it's just not so linear as we've been led to believe. So
precognition, is it called precognition?
Yes. So anyway, that was pretty funny there.
Very interesting. So you're getting a sense that reality is far more than what most people realize, and that the reality that we perceive is very linear and one-dimensional compared to what is truly going on.
Yeah. Well, it's more on one level it's linear because we experience linear. So if I'm looking around, I'm just getting some images ready to share here.
Now these images, I'll tell the audience too, is Reeve's been sharing them on my Telegram side. We've chatted before, but Reeve has been sharing them, and they are so beautiful. They're amazing. How do you do these images? I've got to ask you. Is obviously digital, but how do you do them?
Yeah, well, it's a bit of a process, but I'll just give some credit back to the that art studio I worked in for a long time, because as I mentioned, they provide me that great opportunity to work with natural mediums like acrylic paints and stuff. I don't do the ceramics anymore these days, but that was an experience it provided, which was great.
Yes.
So
skills.
Yeah, they're all life skills, absolutely. But that really I've carried that on with my digital art, because I try to retain this kind of painfully natural look as much as possible.
Yes.
And because it's got an appeal to it. There's different when it comes to digital art, there's lots of different ways you can go about it. So a bunch of artists I connect with have a stronger focus on line art, which I did too at one point.
Right.
Others work more painterly, like I've been doing.
Yeah.
And some go really photorealistic, like some examples that look so photographic and real. It's just phenomenal, the amount of dedication and detail. And you know what? It wouldn't surprise me with the technology we have these days, available in the public domain anyway. If a lot of these artists use cyber intelligence as a means of assisting, as an assistance tool, right?
Yes. Yes.
So
are you going to share some of the illustrations now? Before I break in and just ask about how you do them, if you're sharing them now, so people can get a sense of how you do them. I'm just fascinated because I wouldn't have any idea how to do something like that.
Yeah, and you know what? I'll share this, but I know the bio said I was mostly self-taught, which is true to a degree. However, I have taken up some. I recently took up a online art course, which really bolstered up my power level, if you could guess so. Just getting stuff ready here. But that art course went for a whole year, and it was just amazing to see my progress evolve and my style change. Well, my style didn't change, but it just evolved.
Program that you use, Reeve, for this?
Yes. So I don't use Illustrator anymore. I've shifted totally to Photoshop now. That's the program I use. Now, Photoshop is, from a ground level, it was designed by Adobe to be a photo enhancement tool. But, you know, a lot of us digital artists, we pick it up and we use it as a tool, as an art tool. Wow. So it's fantastic.
Very interesting.
I'm sharing screen just a second. What I'm doing is I'm booting up InDesign. I'm just going to share with you guys some of the pages in my book.
Beautiful. I'd love to. And what's the name of the book again, too?
The title it's called The Creative Spark.
The Creative Spark. Oh,
Creative Spark.
Right.
And the subtitle of the first book is Memoirs of a Goddess.
Memoirs of the Goddess. Oh.
I've been putting a lot of my focus onto the first book, but it's intended to be a trilogy. It's going to be at least 3, and I've got plans to do a bit of a prequel book as well.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Wow, that's exciting. Yeah.
Now, I'll just forgive me in advance because with the way InDesign works, it doesn't preload all the illustrations. So some of them will be a little bit blurry while they're loading up.
Right, sure.
But this one is on the opening page when you first open the book. I'll check this one out. Beautiful. It's a nice, sweet, wholesome one. Wow, and I will share one of the plant covers. So if I go to the next page.
Lovely. So that's the sort of new age type city that they live in.
You could say that, yeah. So the timeline of events in the story takes place somewhere between 2020 and 2050. I can't say where exactly because I don't want to be a prophet.
Okay.
Why isn't it going?
We'll hold you to that.
Oh, there we go. Sorry.
Oh, wow.
There's a bit of delay there. Whoa, big delay. Oh, you're going to flick through there. There you go. You got big teasers. Go back. Wow, it's going through really fast. Oh, a minute. Pardon me. I'll just stop screen sharing. That was a bit of an unexpected glitch there.
Oh,
sorry. Sorry for the little pause there. It's just a little technical issue. It wasn't going ahead as I wanted to. Big lag. Let's go back up and I'll go more slowly this time.
Okay. Do you have illustrations every page of the book, or how often do you have the illustrations in the book?
Yes. Well, the opening chapter is pretty condensed, in regards to illustrations. There's a lot in the opening chapter, and that's kind of to set the world up and introduce the readers and everything. But as it goes on, they're coming a little bit more scarce. It becomes more focused on the written content,
Right.
with illustrations to accompany and reinforce the story, right?
Sure.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
I think it's because we've got Zoom going here, and that kind of delayed it.
Sure.
I'll just click once. We'll just go to the next one. There we go. So this will be on the contents page, right? So this character on the left, she's like, you could say, the goddess, the divine feminine aspect of the characters in the story, right?
Yes.
And notice how she's wielding the sword, which symbolizes truth, right?
Yep.
Next page is reserved for acknowledgement. So this is kind of setting up the mood of the story, right? So we've got the
story. Yep.
I'll talk a little bit about it, a little bit about the symbology, right?
Yes.
We've got the seed over here. It's like represents the seed of life, right? If you want to call it the Christ Center, whatever you want to call it, right? All cultures have their labels. It's that aspect, represents that aspect of the self that is one of the cosmos, you could say.
Right.
It's the deepest part of us, you could say. Yep. And all these energy streams, in a way, that represents the divine masculine energy, fertilizing the divine feminine. It's like the cosmic sperm fertilizing the cosmic egg, right? That kind of concept.
Yes.
So then we go to this one. This is like twin flame energies going on here.
Beautiful. Oh, it's very, very mystical and ethereal. I love it.
Yeah, and you can see the whole spiral, galaxy spiral in the middle, right? So it's kind of setting up that we've come from beyond, and we've come into this, have this human experience.
Oh,
so
that's gorgeous.
The divine goddess on the left pouring her energy.
Yes.
And over here we've got that symbol again, symbol of the sword.
They would also make amazing prints to sell, wouldn't they?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'll be doing that too.
Yeah, I'm getting one.
That was kind of the prelude. So now we start getting into the more down to earth stuff, right? So this is my main character. This is one of the main characters.
Your sound's going out a little bit, Reeve.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
All good?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So this is one of my main characters. This is Rihanna. So
she looks like she's got some sort of fire in her and some get up and go.
Yes. She's really got that energy. She's very fiery, passionate.
Yes.
Assertive woman. Yes.
Yes.
She's got that energy to her. She's a bit of a feisty one.
Yes.
So your little peek at her growing up. This is one of her friends. See her on the other page. Here it is down the corner over here. So I've deliberately hidden the text because I don't want to give spoilers. Right.
Sure.
But it's kind of setting up the story. It's like introducing the characters. Right. This is Epicho.
Yeah.
She's a fun one. Stargazing together. This is a nice one.
Wow, I love the colours. So beautiful, in the sky and.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I really like this one. And then we introduce one of her other friends. This is Kate. She's got a bit of a fun personality.
Yes.
And in the whole world of anime and Japanese inspired stories, there's some, you could say there's some tropes and some what's the word? Yeah, I guess it's the right word. And some archetypes and character archetypes and stuff. So I do kind of incorporate a little bit of that to kind of appeal to that audience, right?
Yes.
So she falls into one of those categories. Anyone of your listeners is into that, she is what you would call a tsundere. I'll just leave it at that.
Yes.
So this is the little art studio where they kind of work at for their down to earth lives.
Right. Is there any way you can turn your sound up a little bit, Reeve? I find it a little bit hard to
Sure.
hear. Yeah.
So I won't go too far in the InDesign document because I'll be going like really too far. But I'll quickly go to this one. This is introducing the other main character, you could say, Agathe.
Yeah.
Now she's unlike Rihanna, who's very fiery and assertive and passionate. She's like the counterbalance to that. She's very serene, gentle, calm. She's like more of a water element, you could say.
Oh, beautiful.
So,
Yes,
in a
yes.
sense, Rihanna and Agathe, they're like I don't want to say too much because I'll be giving them my spoilers, but they counterbalance each other.
I hear you. Yes, yes.
And you can see she's got some Egyptian to her. She's got the little ankh earrings.
Yes.
Right? So she's I can't say too much. I can't say too much.
Beautiful.
I want to, but I just can't say too much.
Yeah.
And Rihanna and Kat, they're like, oh my goodness, she's beautiful.
Yes.
Kat's like, oh no, I've got competition.
Oh,
I'll
gorgeous.
close that now.
Oh, that's just beautiful. Just gorgeous.
I'll just share a couple more. I don't want to share too much, but I'll just share some of the more epic ones.
Sure. How long do you spend on writing and putting it together every week? Like, do you have like a daily regime of how many hours you work on the book?
Yes, no, look, I have been dedicating certain days towards working on this, and for a while it was 3 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I was dedicating Monday and Friday to another little side business I've been doing. Reeve King Art. I've been doing some Hamptons art stuff and selling them as prints. That's been a means to kind of help generate the funds to for the book process, because I'll need to raise enough money for like publishing and all that stuff. It would be a big financial investment. And look, as I get closer, I'll probably do a Kickstarter, help with that process. But goodness me. But yeah, the whole getting, that's another aspect to it too, which is challenging, because finances, it's a part of our reality, whether people like it or not. It is a part of our reality, and in a sense you could say money is like it represents the exchange of energy.
Yeah. And I do think too, when we go into new higher realms, there's going to be everything that we do that is our soul passion will be fully supported, and we can just be in our joy doing what we're meant to be doing, which for you obviously is these beautiful creative pursuits, and it's going to be fully supported. We won't have to worry about that again. So in my mind, I feel that this time now is temporary, that we are just in a sense treading water until there's a shift and we have a whole new system come in. But that's my
I agree. I've got another one as my background there. Just to continue with that, I agree with you, absolutely. Look, this old system's crumbling down, we all know that. But I think something for people to consider would be this new system that's coming in, right? It will be great to a degree. However, it will be furthermore a stepping stone and an opportunity for us to grow, right? It won't be the all and end all.
No, always growing.
It'll be great. It'll be great. Absolutely. However, it's not the be all and end all.
Yes, true.
Anyway, so I've just got a couple.
It's not like you can rest on your laurels once you get there.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. When you came up with the concept of this book, oh wow, that is amazing. I find this really inspiring, this type of artwork. It's great.
You were about to say something, Medyhne?
When you came up with the initial concept of it, did you perhaps dream it, or was it given to you in a download, or how did it first come to you?
it came out from within.
Yeah.
Right? It's not something I downloaded or anything like that. It came out from within.
Yeah.
And in a way, I guess you could say perhaps past life, combination of past life memories, combination of connecting with my divine inner nature, which we all have access to, by the way, and all the layers in between, like that realization that, oh, I've got this galactic level of my existence. I've got this. I've incarnated as a planet somewhere. I've incarnated as a star system as well. So I've got all these aspects to me, and I'm just drawing from all that for the creation of this story, right?
Yes.
So there's a lot of characters which are, you could say, fictitious on one level, right?
Yep.
But they're all aspects. All the characters in the story are aspects of soul, aspects of spirit, right?
Oh.
It doesn't matter whether they're how nasty or evil the character is, or how beautiful and benevolent their character is. They've all got a role to play. They've all got their own little backstory.
Fractal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like these characters here. These ones were designed based on some of the Sumerian deities.
Right.
In Sumerian myth.
Yep.
Right? Lore.
I remember doing an assignment when I was in secondary school on Sumerian, history.
Yeah. So I'll just assign some names to them. They do have names. This one at the back, the big mama one at the back, that would be Tiamat.
Yes. Tiamat.
Right? And Tiamat, yeah. And these ones at the front, they're like her children. The one in the middle, the beard, that's Marduk. I'm sure a lot of people will know that bloke.
Yep.
The one next to him, the little one over here, this is Ninkasag. She looks a bit bored and lax there. I did some close-up portraits as well of them so you can see them better. Perhaps I'll share that too. This is Damkina over here. This is Enki.
Yes.
And the one with the grin over here is Enlil.
Right. Enki and Enlil. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just go flip forward to the next one.
We're hearing a lot about them at the minute out there. They're coming.
Yes, we are.
Consciousness. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, is it going to the next one? Pretty sure. Oh, I'll just load up separately. This is one of my more antagonizing characters, because you got to have them in the story to challenge the main characters.
Yes.
This is one of my antagonists.
Right.
You can probably see down the bottom. Oh yeah, the big eye. Yes.
Yeah.
I zoom in, not on her cleavage though. Down here, these are some other little characters which I've created, which play a role in the story. You got this kind of shadowy one here in the cloak, very sus, and you got all these they're called silver soldiers. All these guys.
Yeah.
I'll just give a little bit of background on them. They're like GMO beings bred for war.
Right.
Anyway, and these three guys down here. This guy, he was one of them as well.
Yeah.
These two are other characters entirely. I'll get to that another point.
Yep.
There's so much I want to share. I don't know if I should share it too much, but
sure.
I'll share these last two. I reckon I'll share these last two because these are beautiful. You got this one.
Yeah. Well, what's that in the center that's in front of her? That's that diamond shape. Can you?
The pyramid.
Yeah.
So
the pyramid with a reflection underneath, right?
Yes. So I'll just a little bit of a backstory on this one. This one is based on an experience I actually had when I was younger. I don't think I need to explain too much, but it's kind of like visualizes everything because we like to express ourselves through art. I kind of want to share the experience, but I kind of don't because it's very sacred to me.
Oh, sure. Oh, well, maybe if it, keep it to
it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, this
beautiful.
I'll share aspects.
Yeah.
The pyramid in this represents it like a gateway, like a portal. It's
Yep.
like the portal to the inner sanctum,
Sure.
where we go. It's like through the eye of the needle. We go in, then we pop out. Right.
Right.
Oops. Then so that's part one.
Yep.
Part two.
Beautiful.
And you can get lost in the detail. Right?
Yeah.
I love. I really. This is like unification, remembrance, and reconnecting with that divine aspect of self, which is one with all and sees all, right? People want to call that God, sure, that's totally fine. But no, it's a greater aspect of your beingness, of your spirit, of your soul, right?
Your higher self. Your higher self.
Yeah, you could call it that too, absolutely. That's another label, right? So this is like Rihanna on the left, right? And she's remembering herself. The one on the right is like her divine aspect, you could say, the goddess.
It's sort of like melding together.
Yes, yes.
Beautiful. I also love all the colors, how they all blend so beautifully as well. It's just beautiful.
I'll load up one more, which would be the cover piece. There's one on my background. There's another antagonizing character. Oh yeah.
Again, the colors amazing.
Yeah, she's dare I say my most revealing one.
Yes. She's got some attitude, hasn't she?
Yes. She's got the whole serpent energy there. See a little snake on her shoulder.
So is she her face looks benevolent and with the star, but then she's got that sort of the snake with that reptilian energy. So what is she predominantly good?
I can't say too much about it because she's an overarching character.
Right.
She's never directly addressed in the first book, but you get little hints. You get little hints throughout the first book for the readers. It's like if they connect the dots, they'll realize.
Sure. You know, when you look at these images, Reeve, it's like you're going into another world. It's amazing. You could just sit and like meditate on some of these images. It's like going into another world.
I'll show you two more actually, including that.
Oh, cool. Excellent.
Because this one will counterbalance this woman here. Where is it? And it really sets the atmosphere as well. Where is it? I think it's this one. I'm just navigating to him. Here we go.
You know, there's this thing some people do as well when they're writing a book like this, amazing book like this. They actually, oh, wow. Cool. So atmospheric, very evocative, these images. I was going to say did you want to talk a bit about this one?
No, go on.
Some people, what they do is they do pre-orders where they get people to pay money prior to the book being released, and it helps with, expenses and things like that. Pre-orders for books. That's some people do, where they get people's names and details. Are you doing anything like that for this book?
Yeah, look, we will be doing that. I've got a team working with me. Although we're a very small team at the moment. At the moment, it's just myself, my editor, and my editor's partner, who's doing a little bit here and there in the advertisement side of things. Sure. So if we put your contact details below for this, if anyone wants to like pre-order a book, if you know roughly how much they are or something, maybe they can contact you and you can just be in contact with them about it. Right. Well, we don't have that information available yet. Right. We're going to get that information out as we get closer to release, but we're not there yet. As of this moment, I'm up to I'm in the middle of illustrating chapter 2 out of 10, or section 2 out of 10, shall I say? So it is still got a bit to go. Yeah. That's why I suggested perhaps I'll be ready by the end of 2024 at the rate I'm going. Sure. How long does it take you to do like an image like this, Reeve? Yeah, well, some of the more grander ones, like this one, do take a bit longer. Right? This one, in terms of hours, I'd say this one was about 35 something hours work, something like that. Wow. For this one.
35 hours work. Wow, that's
Yeah.
incredible.
The wings were pain.
Yeah.
The wings was pain. Now, that was the first time I painted wings, so it was a bit of a new experience.
All right. Oh, they're lovely.
And I'll add up one more here. This one's going to be one of the covers for the basic version.
Yeah.
She is. There she is, my goddess.
She's got some curves on her. I love that.
Got to represent that divine
feminine. Exactly.
Right?
I can relate to that. The pink, the pink colors are beautiful too. And that's again a divine feminine color as well.
Yeah, I'll just give that a little shout out to Sarah Beek. Her book, Red Hot and Holy, Heretic's Love Story, that was very inspirational for me. I love that book. So if that just hit me home. I love the energy that she was touching on, that red fiery passion energy of the divine feminine. That's all. I'm all about that. Even though I'm physically incarnated as a male, and I do have to embody that male archetype as well, I really vibe with this fiery, hot, sensual energy. I don't want to call it sexual because it's not. It's sensuality. It's a big difference.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. I get that. I totally get that. And, you know, we do need men on the planet who are able to also hold the archetypes for the divine feminine, of course, as well as divine masculine. So that's brilliant.
Yes.
I think as we move forward and progress, we're going to have more and more of a balance of each of within, you know, our bodies. So, yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, and that's ultimately what we're doing here. We're bringing our divine feminine and our divine masculine.
Yes.
And bring it back into balance. And this is like the twin flame energies. We've all got that going on. Yes. Even if we don't meet our twin flames physically on this plane, right? We're still doing that integration process. We're still going through this process of integrating all our multidimensionality, everything, all our aspects, right? All these characters and archetypes that we've been throughout the universe, we're bringing it all back into the central point and home to the soul. Right?
I love that. I love that.
That's a big deal with humanity.
And
one of the messages I'm trying to get across through my book.
Oh, right? Perfect. Yeah, that's a great message. Really, really important message. And isn't it fantastic when you do a project like this? Because I'm working on my own creative project at the moment, which is totally inspiring, which is a documentary film on the Golden Age. And we're doing...
you beauty.
I'm so excited. And we're putting the storyboard together and I'm writing things and we're getting images and, you know, doing all that. And it's so exciting. So, you know, whenever you sit down and do some more of your book and do some more of the illustrations, doesn't it just supercharge you energetically? You know, that creative fire, that creative energy that gets underneath us and projects us forward. You know, I think that is a really important ingredient of people holding that at the moment in the midst of everything that's going on. How much does that creative energy inspire you in your life, like with everything?
Oh yeah, I love riding that creative wave. I get into it.
It's like sending a wave. Yeah.
Sometimes I get too passionate and I kind of get burnt out. Like I'd go work into the night. I want to finish this art piece. I want to post it up to my channel. So I get really fired up and into it, and then I end up sleeping in the next morning. I'm like, oh man, I shouldn't have done that.
That's but once on that wave, it's hard to get off, isn't it? It's like you've got to go with it. Yeah.
Part of the process, you know. If we go out of balance, we just need to rebalance again. You know.
Yes.
It's part of it's part of the whole alchemical process of how this universe works.
That's true. That's true. You know, and you're I've got this beautiful, vibrant, sort of enthusiastic energy for life, which, you know, is palpable. You know, we can feel that. And I'm sure that that's part of, you know, your ability to be able to express this aspect of who you are as well. You know, I think it really sort of shows people the importance of that creative element in our lives. You know, when we see people like you who are, you know, very inspiring. I love so many of those images are just absolutely stunning. And you must tell me about the prints too. so where we can get them. But I'm going to leave all your contact details below, so that will be great. So if people want to contact you and inquire about anything like that, or how they can support this project for you, or maybe pre-order a book, or who knows what's available, they can contact you. I love the chance to talk to you about this project. Is there anything more that you'd like to share about it that you haven't shared?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So also, in regards to the whole pre-orders and stuff, that's not available just yet. But don't worry. We will get that ready when we get close to launching the book. So just stay tuned for that. Parting messages. Just keep shining your creative spark, everyone. That's the remedy. That's what we all need to do, right? Where you put your attention, intention, and energy is what you're going to manifest, right? So dig into yourself, find that creative spark within you, and bring it out and shine it out. And that's what's going to inspire others to do the same.
Fantastic.
That's the remedy.
Brilliant. Perfect note to end that chat on. Thank you so much, Reeve. That was amazing. And really excited to share this on my channel. And it was wonderful to chat with you today. And keep me posted on the project, how it's all going, when it's available, all those things. And we might have obviously a follow-up later on. And,
we'll definitely do a follow-up.
Yeah, that'll be fantastic. Thank you so much.
Just before we go, before we knock up, I'll just say just to reiterate, I've probably said this already, but the website is very outdated. So there's a lot of stuff on there which is just a little bit redundant. But if you want to see, if you and your audience want to see some of the newest stuff I've been doing, like for the book and stuff, I do post that stuff, previews, to my Instagram channel.
Right.
I have I put previews up on there, and I also have a Patreon channel as well, which can be accessed through the website or through Instagram. Right. I post a lot of behind the scenes stuff on Patreon. So if you want to support me, that's a good place to start, because you get lots of libraries. Well, I share wallpapers, I share background lore, I share all sorts of stuff like that on Patreon.
Oh, lovely. That would be very inspiring for artists as well, and creative people to see that process. Lovely. So, how are you finding all the energies at the minute?
Oh, it's actually quite on one level, it's interesting to observe. Yes. Although, you know, we kind of not need to remain observers. We need to be active and involved, regardless of what level that action is on. You know, that action for some people might just be going for a park and twirling around and bringing those energies out, or out those energies in, or whatever, vice versa. You know.
Yes. You
know, when we spin, we're drawing energy in, or we're pulling energy out, depending on
you've reminded me. I should do more spinning.
Here's another little thing on that topic of spinning. What do you think we do when we go? My little brother likes going rollerblading, right?
Rollerblading,
he's a speed skater. He's really fast. So what they do on those speed skate rinks, they go around in circles. Yeah. They go, and what they're doing, they're drawing energy in, or they're pushing energy out into the field. So it's interesting. Yeah, even just something as mundane and down to earth as that has energetic implications.
That's true. And when they do, you know, sport like sprinting and stuff, you know, they have those the sprinting tracks are in circles, aren't they? So that would be the similar thing, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah. So people would take a lot of these down to earth mundane activities for granted, when on a deeper level, energetic level, we're actually all participating in the awakening, in the apocalypse, and whatever you want to call it, you know.
Yes.
And when I say apocalypse, your viewers will probably get this, but it really, it's just the revealing. It's like the great revealing.
It has a different meaning to what people think. So people think of apocalypse as a great destruction.
Well, you could say that's in part, but it depends on the viewpoint in a way. It's a deconstruction or destruction. It's a dismantling process of the old to make way for the new. You can't bring in the new while the old's still intact. You have to deconstruct it first.
Absolutely.
And then you can bring in a new. The problem is, and you know what, Hollywood's to blame for this, you could say, and the media, they're to blame, but people like to focus on the deconstruction.
Yes.
Right? Because it's all the drama, all that, right? People get addicted to that, you know? So it's part of the process, yes, but if you put your attention too much, it's going to draw you in like a vortex.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So the trick is just to maintain that balance point where you're not getting steered into the drama, the negative drama. But at the same time, we don't want to go completely opposite way either, because that's just as distorted. I think was it Dale Holmes? He made a really interesting point recently with this whole and this has got to do with this this agenda that's going on now it goes beyond the earthly realms. But there's this massive shift. We've been in all this dark energy is being exposed, right? And then people are having a reaction, but then they're offering the solution, which is the whole false love and light, synthetic light thing. And you could say that AI. So I like to call it CI, cyber intelligence, because it's within the realm of cyberspace, right?
Yes.
It's a bit more respectable. That's a part of it as well. So there's a lot going on at the moment, and it's fascinating to see it all unfold.
Yeah, it sure is. It's not boring.
No, it's not boring. No, absolutely not. Cheers,
Reeve. Thank you so much. I feel inspired.
You're most welcome. I'm honoured and grateful and full of love. Thank you so much.
That's beautiful. Lots of love. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.